So, I think curiosity is an important topic to talk about this week because I've come across so many things where I've realized this has only happened because I was curious enough to ask the question or to figure it out. What I mean by that is, let me see, can you still see me? Yeah. What I mean by that is, so I was reading a book by Brian Grazer called Curiosity. Curious Mind. Curious Mind. So it's a yellow book. I'll put it in, if you're subscribed to the Notes from a Legend email series that I've got, I've put some of the stuff in there about the book where I break down some of the quotes and some of the things that he's mentioned in there. So what interests me is this whole concept of curiosity and how it can open up doors just because you ask the question. So for example, when I'm on a sales call and I'm trying to figure out what is it that this person is struggling with so I can try and help them, I'm constantly asking questions to open up avenues, different avenues of things that interest that person or things that this person is struggling with, so that I can then use that to my advantage and help them out and plug those gaps. But not just there, it could be in any area of your life. And all of these things that we're looking at right now, I was just thinking, like this camera and this, I've got a water bottle here. The fact that we've got a water bottle, like these things are all created because someone asked the question: is there another way to make this easier? Why does it have to be like this? Like back in the day, people carrying water on top of their head, or in like big pots and stuff, or in jugs, or taking it from wells or whatever it is. And then someone must have thought, well, I'm traveling, I don't want to carry a jug or a pot or something. What can I put it in? Let me use this thing called plastic and create a bottle out of it. I don't know if that's a story, but the point I'm making is it goes with any device, like the phone. Like my phone's ringing right now, but the phone used to be, like most of you probably know, that the phone used to be something that was stuck to the wall and it had a cable, so you couldn't go that far. Now we evolved to the point where we have phones that allow us to just use it wherever we go, and connectivity is just becoming ubiquitous. Like we can connect everywhere, wherever we go, pretty much, you know. So what I want you to think about is, or I invite you to think about, is what else can you create out of your life? So what I mean is, if you're at work, think about, what can I do to improve this job and make it more engaging for me? What's the one thing that I can do? And I'll give you an example. Like for me, I'm in sales and recruitment. For me is, let me make 5 more calls to new people that I've never spoken to, rather than catching up with people that I spoke to last year or 6 months ago. Maybe that'll open up new doors because I'll be now speaking to people who have new situations. For you, let's say you work in, I don't know, like you're an actor. Okay, not an actor. That's not a realistic example because most of you probably aren't actors. Okay, let's just give a general example. Like you say you work in an office somewhere. Think about, what can I do to make this more engaging? Can I go on a meeting to meet someone new? Can I go to a different department and help them there? Can I do my job a little bit more better by sending a thank you note to someone who's helped me out? Small things like that would help you make your open up doors that are areas that you've never seen before. Like this person, now I'm just thinking, this person called Jesse Itzler, who was an entrepreneur is an entrepreneur, sorry. And one of the things that he did when he started his business was he used to always write thank you notes, and he used to write out letters and send it off, never expecting a reply, but just saying thank you. Little did he know, later on this would help him build relationships in business that would open up doors. So he was curious. He was like, well, I don't want to just say thank you by email or phone just like everyone else does. What else can I do? It's this question of what else. So in my life, I'm thinking about, right, I use my phone to video. How about I use this Canon? What would happen? Right, maybe the quality would increase, people would enjoy it more, maybe it gets shared, I don't know. But it's asking this question of what if, or what else. Last week I talked about going to Toastmasters, and it was my curiosity that led me there. I was like, well, what if I go? Who else am I going to meet there? What would happen? You're never going to know unless you put yourself in that position. So ask yourself the question, then take action. Now, one of the quotes by Albert Einstein, most of you have probably heard of him, is, "I have no special gift or talent, I'm just passionately curious." That is what led him to come up with the theory of general relativity, to write the papers at the young age that he did, to become established and win awards the way he did, and all the accolades that came with that later on down the line. You know, we still remember him generations on because he was curious. He was like, what else is there? There's something here. He's thinking of time and space, like there's something brewing in his mind, like there was ideas, but he kept thinking about it. He didn't just disregard it because he couldn't figure it out straight away. He thought, what if I stick with this? What would happen? Gandhi, another great example. What happens if I burn these IDs that they're making us hold? I think it's IDs or passport or something. It's in the movie, and then he throws it in the fire, and they ask him not to because the English want all of the Indians to have IDs so they can identify them, identify their ethnicity or nationality, whatever it may be. But he puts it in the fire. What would happen? Right, this is one step to getting independence. He just asked the question over and over again. What would happen if I do this for another day? What would happen if I go on a strike? What would happen if I go to jail? Like, just ask more questions. I highly recommend you read the book by Brian Grazer called Curious Mind. He does this thing where he talks to, it's very similar to what I do on the podcast, and I didn't realize this until I actually started doing it, which was speaking to people from all different backgrounds around the world. Like, he speaks to CIA directors, he speaks to top movie producers, he speaks to chefs, he speaks to people who were tortured in Guantanamo and in the wars. Everyone has a story and some experience that you can learn from and extract life experience from. So ask the question, what else can I do in my life? What is it that excites me? What is it I'm drawn to? What is it that I can do that's fun? What is it I can do that would better utilize my time? You know, just asking the question. Like, for example, another thing I would say as well, this video is all over the place, but it's just coming to me as I'm speaking because I'm not scripting these videos. But my brother sees, I show him some good stuff on YouTube, like documentaries and quotes and videos and things, and I'm like, this, you know, this is free. When you go on YouTube, you're using it to watch comedy videos or parodies or whatever it is. He's watching music videos. You know, this free information is there as well to get you educated more than you could probably get educated in school, because they don't provide all the resources that you could possibly imagine. But on YouTube, you get videos uploaded from all different people from all different walks of life, from all different backgrounds, from different places in the world, who specialize in different areas of knowledge. And so we can become more rounded characters by learning, just by saying, how else can I use YouTube? So I just want to put, this whole overarching thing is about being curious and asking more questions in your life to see where you can improve yourself. So I'm going to leave you with that thought this week. I hope it makes sense. I know I was all over the place, but I hope there's something you can take away from it.